Everybody's thinking it, but nobody has the guts to come out and say it. So here at the Florida Maquis channel, we're going to say it. Camelot has returned. Now, the liberal, leftist, progressive Democrats on the West Coast have no idea what this means. The old guard Democrats do, and they're terrified. They are literally shaking in their boots right now and losing sleep. Camelot has returned, but in the state of Florida. Now, some might think I'm overstating the case. Let's listen to some quotes from JFK and ask ourselves, does this sound like a Democrat, or does this sound like Governor Desantis? The rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened. After 2020, does that sound more like Joe Biden or Governor Ron DeSantis? Conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. Who was telling everybody to stand in line, conform, stay 6 feet away? Everybody wear this, everybody do that, everybody inject this other thing. Conform. Curb your desire for freedom. Sound familiar? 7 days before that day in November, there's a plot in this country to enslave every man, woman, and child. Before I leave this high and noble office, I intend to expose this plot. Does that sound like something Joe Biden would say? Kamala Harris? Chuck Schumer? It does sound like something Governor DeSantis would say. For sure, for 2 years. And some change, really. We have been pushing back against an overreaching federal government and winning. Over and over and over again, at least for the people of the state of Florida. We have not been living under their tyranny. We have put up a vanguard at our state line, and they have not been able to touch us. And today there has been a huge ruling where? Out of where? Out of the state of Florida that vacates Biden and the CDC's illegal mask mandate on public transportation. The airlines are no longer required to enforce the mask mandate. The parallels between Jackie Onassis and John F. Kennedy are just getting more and more striking. And this is why I wish I could show you guys the analytics on YouTube for when I show pictures of the governor and pictures of the first lady. It's almost as if I haven't posted a video. That is how much they redact it. That is exactly the goal. They are trying to keep people from even seeing Governor DeSantis, seeing First Lady Casey DeSantis, because people are going to start to see it. They're going to start to see the parallels. The peace, the freedom, the prosperity, the hope exists just like existed under John F. Kennedy. That's why so many people were devastated and can remember. I wasn't born, but they can remember where they were that day in November in Texas. Federal judge strikes down Biden administration's travel mask mandate, 18 April 2022, 1:45 p.m. A United States District Court judge in Florida vacated the nationwide travel mask mandate on Monday in a ruling that found the mask requirement for travel via mass transit planes and trains violated the Administrative Procedures Act. The lengthy ruling explains how the Biden administration improperly invoked the order and interpretive rule exceptions to notice and comment, improperly invoked the good cause exception to such rulemaking in a manner that was not harmless error, and how the mandate is arbitrary, capricious, because the CDC failed to adequately explain its reasoning. In the ruling, United States District Judge Catherine Kimball Mizell lays out a lengthy indictment of the Biden administration's rulemaking procedure and its conclusion the mask mandate exceeds the CDC's statutory authority and violates the APA. The court recognizes the criticism about nationwide injunctive relief and admittedly shares some of the skepticism about it. The ruling states, before explaining the weight of authority and judicial practice, instructs that vacatur is an appropriate remedy for an APA violation. Our system does not permit agencies to act unlawfully even in pursuit of desirable ends. The court declares unlawful and vacates the mask mandate. As a result of the ruling, the mandate is remanded to the CDC for further proceedings consistent with this order, and airlines, railways, ride shares, and other public transportation entities are now no longer required to enforce the now vacated mandate. Lakeland native, Lakeland, Florida native, Catherine Kimball Mizell. Lifetime appointment. Well done. Well done representing Camelot. This is what makes the left literally rip their own hair out and grind their teeth, because there's nothing they can do. This is the last page in the conclusion. It's basically what the article has said. It is indisputable that the public has a strong interest in the combating the spread of you-know-what. In pursuit of that end, the CDC issued the mandate, but the mandate exceeded the CDC statutory authority, improperly invoking the good cause exception. Now, I'm sure you're probably going to have a hard time finding this, because they're going to try to keep this tamped down. And they're sure as heck going to keep the idea that it was a Florida native and Florida judge that did it, because they don't want you to see something. They don't want you to know about the rebirth of Camelot, because they thought they owned it. In many ways, JFK was even more conservative than Governor Desantis is. That's how far things have moved in this country. Just in that time, that was 63. So 50, just about 60 years. A complete and total shift, not only from one party to the other, but from the national level to the state level. The left is just a party of mean, nasty, capricious, jealous, rudderless individuals lashing out at anybody and anything that doesn't agree with them. So I'm going to stand up here and I'm going to say it. And people can agree or disagree. But look at JFK's quotes and look at what Governor DeSantis has said and tell me there's not a parallel. Look at Jackie Onassis. Look at the history of Casey DeSantis. Her maiden name is Casey Black. I'm telling you right now, this is what they're terrified of. This is what keeps them awake at night. The rebirth of constitutional moral government that says the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man is threatened, and conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth, and that there is a plot to make everybody conform and become non-binary. Hint, hint. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.